This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. Today is November 25th, 2019. We are located at 2956 11th Avenue, Los Angeles, California. We're performing a video waste and sewer line inspection through a 3-inch ABS cleanout located on the left-hand side of the property, just in the side yard, just to the right of the tankless water heater. And that's our 3-inch ABS cleanout. This is our side yard. That's our tankless water heater. And we went ahead and zeroed out. And we're going to go ahead and let's appear that we are in black ABS sewer pipe. I'm going to pause for a moment and run a little bit of water. Okay, we went ahead and ran a little bit of water there. We got our camera lens nice and clean. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. It does appear that we are in black ABS waistline. Continue to push out. Just be long lengths of black ABS waistline, approximately 20 feet between joints. And we're making a little bit of a turn. Those joints appear to be in fair condition. Making a little turn. It does appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be cast iron. I'm going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. And it does appear that we're transitioning from our black ABS waistline to a cast iron waistline. Cast iron waistline does appear to have some buildup. And appears that we've
transitioned right back to ABS.
Yeah, right back to black ABS. Appears that we had a short section of cast iron there. Just going to go ahead and continue to push out. Dude, we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area, and it is at 2 foot 1 inches deep on the left-hand side of the property in the gravel. We did place an orange flag there to indicate the area. And this is our transition from our black ABS waistline to our what appears to be a 4-inch vitreous clay sewer line. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. It does appear that we do have some roots in this joint. And what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out a little bit. And we do have roots in this joint also. We want to mark these areas. We're just going to go ahead and continue to push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in, and then take a look as we push back. We'll see how many joints we do that have roots in it. This joint here also has some roots in the joint. I'm just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And the same thing in this joint here. We do have some small roots in those joints.
No, I don't think so. No, not in the front right there. It's not.
And again, we do have some roots in those joints there. We're going to go ahead and continue to push out. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And we do have a fairly large root intrusion in that joint there. I'm just going to go ahead and continue to push out. That joint there does have an offset from about the 7 o'clock all the way up around to about the 2 o'clock area. Just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appeared to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push on.
Still play.
And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint's in fair condition. That joint's in fair condition. And that joint's in fair condition. And a little bit of an offset on that joint, but it's going downwards.
No, that's
I'm sorry.
6.
That is our 4 to 6 transition. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and pause here for a moment. We're going to mark this area. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area, and it is at 4 foot 7 inches deep, and it's just on the left-hand side of the sidewalk, just at the corner of the grass for the front yard. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of a gap there, but nothing major. That joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of slag overpour, which is a concrete overpour in the joint. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of root intrusion in that joint. No?
No concrete. Sure? Looks like concrete.
Yeah, it does appear to be a little bit of concrete overpour in that joint. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint's in fair condition. And that joint is in fair condition. That joint's in fair condition. Continue to push out. We do have a little bit of an offset in this joint, but it is going downhill. We're going to continue to push out. And that joint's in fair condition. And that joint's in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint's in fair condition. That joint's in fair condition. And we're going to make a little bit of a turn here. And it does appear that we do have a crack here in this joint, right about the 3 o'clock, but it looks more to be, as we pull back a little bit, it's going to look more that it's going to be at the bottom of the joint here. And we're going to push in and see how far this crack goes.
I'm not gonna see it. Pause it.
We're able to push in a little bit. We are right at our city sewer tie-in, and this crack here is right in our saddle area, and it is a complete crack through the joint, through that fitting, all the way through. So that area is eventually will end up severing and break. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and went over the sewer with the potential buyer of the home, and we did explain to him that in this area here would need a CIPP cured in place top hat liner in this area to secure this area, the joint in this area, so that it doesn't collapse. Either that or it would have to be excavated and replaced. We're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And all the joints thus far in the 6-inch all appear to be in fair condition. As we pull back and we get to our 4-inch vitreous clay, we do have quite a bit of roots from the left-hand side of the house all the way out to our sidewalk area to where we transition to our 6-inch, where our 4 to 6 transition is. And that area there would need to be hydrojetted to get the roots out of those joints and then re-inspected to take a good look at those joints. So we're just going to go ahead and...
You need a mainline cleanup installed.
And we did place a flag here on the left-hand side, and that area there would be a good place to place a mainline cleanout in that area. Right now, we're running through the waistline underneath the house. We're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. As I had mentioned, all the 6-inch sewer line all appeared to be in fair condition,
Except for this tie-in.
except for our tie-in at this street there at our saddle area that I had mentioned that we need to replace with a CIPP cured in place top hat liner or excavate and repair. Now we're transitioning back into our transitioning back into our 4-inch vitreous clay sewer line, and we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as I had mentioned, all the 4-inch vitreous clay sewer line has quite a bit of roots between every joint. There's small root balls, some large root balls in between each joint. This area would have to be hydrojetted and re-inspected. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And it does appear that we've transitioned back into our ABS waistline. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. All our ABS waistline all appeared to be in fair condition. No visible signs of breaks, any major offsets or roots. There is a short section of cast iron here, approximately maybe a foot or two long. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, long lengths of black ABS waistline. We'll make a few turns and we're going to pull out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video waste and sewer inspection.